Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, with your readings for December the 23rd through December the 29th. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you. If you are returning, thank you for your loyalty and support. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return. You will find all the other, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. It's a general reading. You'll find all the links to everything you need below, to all the other videos. If you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, there'll be also skip times. Because this is an intro, then there's the astrology report, and then the tarot reading, and all the skip times will be below. And also, I want to thank everyone who's subscribed, and I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe, if you could like these videos and share them. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section of your reading, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And there's just little things going on at the beginning of the week, but the major astrological event is happening on Thursday. Now, this can also be on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. So happy Christmas, everyone. And I know that on Sunday, I'm recording these on Sunday, it is Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to those of you. And the day after Christmas, which is also known as Boxing Day in England, is Kwanzaa. So happy Kwanzaa to all of you who celebrate that. So on Thursday, the December the 26th, we have the new moon solar eclipse. It's a partial eclipse in Capricorn, and it happens at 12:13 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is the 24th. It's happening on the 25th on Christmas Day in California, and it is happening in the UK at 5:13 a.m. on Boxing Day. Now, so this partial new moon solar eclipse happening in Capricorn is a very fortunate and lucky eclipse because it is connected to Jupiter, the planet of abundance and luck and good fortune, right? An expansion. So it's right next to it when this happens. So it's very fortunate. So the power of this new moon solar eclipse is tremendous because Jupiter will expand its power. I've already been feeling this aspect. Have you? I know I have had some quite fortunate things happen. I'm very happy. Listen, this is the last eclipse of the year, of the decade. We are ending a decade. There's a lot of energy when we switch from decade to decade. I can't believe that it's been 20 years since Y2K. I was just thinking about this the other day. If you are, some of you are too young to remember this, but 20 years ago, when we moved into a whole new century, there was a big fear of Y2K. There was, everyone was suspecting that computers would break down around the world and our whole lives would fall apart. And Y2K came and went without any kind of significant event. So we were fine, but it was so funny at the time how naive we were. Now, what else? Let's get back to the solar eclipse, shall we? New moons, as you know, are or most of you know, is when the sun and the moon are conjunct, when they're together. And a conjunction is a very powerful astrological aspect. It's when the two planets that are conjunct are together. So it's very powerful. And not only that, we have this Jupiter conjunction too. So it's 3 planets. We've got let me see how many planets are in Capricorn right now. Let me check yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Capricorn. And by the end of the week, we will have 6. Not only do we have these 2 lights, right, our luminaries, the sun and the moon, conjoined, right, together, which is very powerful. At the same time, we've got the conjunction with Jupiter, as I mentioned, and we also have this lovely relationship with Uranus, which is this planet of sudden happenings and surprises. And because it's a lovely connection, we could get, surprise gifts. Listen, Jupiter is about expansion. So it's about energy. We're going to be energized, right? We're going to feel energetic. It's in a cardinal sign. So we're going to want to start things. It's a new moon. It's a brilliant time to start something, and perhaps a course in study, a business or a project or something new, and it's really important for us to have intentions and write them down at this time, and write them as if we are already experiencing them, because that is the law of attraction. So we really want to make sure that we write our intentions, right? Ask Santa Claus for our presents. Now, Capricorn is all about planning. It's about long-term goals. So really see the future. What do you want to happen in the next 5, 10, 15 years? We're going to have this energy and this urge to start things and to plan things. Taking action towards long-term goals will be extremely satisfying to us at this time. Resist any inclination that you may have to sit back and procrastinate. Resist that urge, because sometimes we don't want to take action out of fear sometimes, right? Much can be accomplished at this time, so make the most of what is available. Now, on Friday, the Sun is conjunct Jupiter exactly. So we're feeling this already, right? And then it's going to be exact on Friday. And also we'll feel it afterwards. We'll feel this lovely, massive energy influx. The Sun represents life force, right? And Jupiter will expand that force. So it's optimism, it's generosity. We will receive gifts and good fortune, and also we'll feel generous, and we'll be inspired to give and to be generous with others. With this boundless energy, you will be able to do everything. It's like you'll want to do everything. You want to start all kinds of projects and get things off the ground. So it's really, with this boundless energy, it is a good time to start a new course in study or business or project, like I said before, with the new moon. So this is all. You also need to be aware, though, that Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So if it will expand negativity. It may expand your waistline, the holidays. Resist the urge to take that second piece of cake or the helpings. And, also drinking too much. We have to drink responsibly during the holidays. Don't drink and drive. Make sure that you have a designated driver, or you, get a taxi home, Uber at home, whatever you need to do. So just be aware of that, and keep your thoughts and actions as positive and as just have integrity and be honest and upfront, and keep your side of the street clean. It's very important, because we have Saturn at play too during this time. Rules and regulations. You don't want to get caught out there. Now, on Saturday the 28th, Mercury moves into Capricorn. So now we have 6 planets in Capricorn, darling. And this is the planet, the sign of ambition, of, practicality, of planning ahead. So this is, the thought process. Mercury is about the thought process and communication. So it's, it's no frills. It's like, communicating, practically, and what's, without beating about the bush. Although when Mercury is in Capricorn, we're very cautious or very careful about what we say. So we're going to kind of be very, judgmental and perhaps skeptical of what people say. You may frown a lot. It's very, you know, Mercury in Capricorn is very conservative, and can appear kind of cold and calculating at times. Capricorn doesn't want to waste time, wants to get to the point and move on. So he may be a little dismissive and judgmental at times. So it's because Mercury in Capricorn has a very clear sense of judgment. So that's not a bad thing at times, it just, to be a little more thoughtful and deliberate, but very practical. So without further ado, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for December the 23rd through December the 29th. This is for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn for this coming week? 3 cards for Capricorn, please. There's 1. 2 more cards for Capricorn. 2 more cards for Capricorn. 2. 1 more card for Capricorn. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's crossover already. I see it. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. Definitely. Check out your sun, moon, and rising. All the links to the other videos will be below. If they're not there straight away, give me a minute, because sometimes it takes me a while before I get them all uploaded and all the links in every... Oh, you can always go to the playlist too, the December 2019 playlist. All the links will definitely be in there. All right. These are clarifying cards for Capricorn. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Capricorn through these clarifying cards for the week of December 23rd through the 29th? Please clarify. Okay, there's 2 cards there. Wow. Please clarify. And wow. Please clarify. I go, wow. This is really interesting. Oh, you've got a lot of cards that have come out, but yes. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Let's take a look at your card, shall we? Capricorn. Okay, the first card out for you is the 5 of Cups. Then you have the King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Sorry, not the Page, the 6 of Pentacles. Then you have the 7 of Wands, clarified by the Death card. Then you have the Death card, clarified by the Queen of Swords and the 10 of Swords. Wow. There's major change going on for you, I think. So look, you've got the 5 of Cups. So straight out of the gate, it's like you are lamenting about something that you've lost and that it's not there. This card is known as crying over spilt milk. So it's something has gone and you can't get it back. There's no point in focusing on it. There really is no point in doing that. You really need to move forward. When this card comes up, it's saying focus on what you have. Really shift the focus on what's gone, because you can't bring it back. It's a waste of energy and it just keeps you in that place of misery. So you really want to look at what you have. Just turn around, and he's got 2 cups behind him, and be grateful for that. You'll attract more with it as well. So you have 2 cards clarifying it. You've got the King of Wands, and this is really saying to be more spiritual, and so that be guided spiritually. So focus on what you have, the haves as opposed to what the have-nots. That's a definite. This guy's really a brilliant leader, but he gets bored very easily. and he wants to be entertained. So he needs to be he has to put source energy first, put God first. Very important to focus on that, Capricorn. And you've got the service card right next to it. So it's like, be in service for others, and then you won't be so focused on what you don't have, right? It's, be altruistic, turn it around, help others that have much less than you. There's always someone with less, just as there's always someone with more. We always think the grass is greener on the other side. So if you spend your time in service helping those that are less fortunate, it's not completely altruistic, because you really get something from that. It lights your soul up. So the next card is the 7 of Wands. And so this is about standing up for the underdog. It's about speaking out. It's about standing up for what you know is right. I always use this when I describe this card, and I always think of a jury, and a jury that doesn't want to be sequestered over the weekend, and there's a verdict on the table and everyone's like, oh, guilty, guilty, guilty. And you don't want to be sequestered. You don't want to stay there for the whole weekend, but you know in your heart of hearts that it's not right to just say something because the whole group has said it. When there's doubt there, and there's reasonable doubt, and you have, it's your duty to stand up, and, we have to stand up and be heard sometimes, even when it's really uncomfortable. Look, he's coming from a higher place, and it's not that he's better than, but he's coming from a spiritual standpoint. So it's about ethics, it's about integrity. I'm really getting that. I'm getting that you have to really put spirituality first. And look, clarifying this is the Death card. This is your card. It represents you. This represents Capricorn. Oh no, the Devil represents Capricorn. What am I talking about? This is an internal change. Something really major has changed within you, or is changing. It's like, for instance, when I say change, the Death card is the old you. As the old you dies, and then a new you is reborn. So it can be that you have a child and you can be a parent from now on. That's a very different kind of archetype, right? You went from being a single person, or even if you're in a relationship, not being a parent, and going from a not parent to a parent is a massive shift. And only those who have become parents understand that, how different life is from then on. Totally. You are no longer the focus of your universe. You have this little soul to take care of and to nurture and to bring up. So this can also mean, like, you've identified yourself in a certain way, and then perhaps you become a writer, and now you're a writer, and you're like, wow, I'm a writer. That's very different to what I was last week, whatever that was. Or I'm an astrologer and I wasn't before. That's a big, this is kind of the thing that the Death card represents, because death is always about, the ending of something and the beginning of something new. So I feel things are really changing for you, because you've got two Death cards, not both, one from each deck. So this is telling me that there's massive change going on for you. I mean, really big change. And clarifying this Death card, there are two cards. One is the Queen of Swords, and the other one is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is, betrayal. Look, being stabbed in the back. It's like, this is really, I'm really getting, because tens are endings and beginnings, which, the Death card is an ending and a beginning. Perhaps this eclipse is going to really change something for you going forward. And you've got the Queen of Swords, and she's like an incredibly intelligent woman, and she's very beautiful. Like, men flock around her. They just don't stay long because she's kind of difficult to deal with. She's brutally honest. She will tell it like it is, and she doesn't sugarcoat anything. And that can also be this Mercury in Capricorn. No it's no frills, thoughtful communication, but not getting to the point. Very little patience. It's like, time is money, darling. And they don't want to waste any time or money. So one wants to be a little careful of that. But I'm seeing that you are, look, the death card to me is always it represents kind of a hallway, right? You can't open the door ahead until the door behind you is completely closed. So maybe there's something that you have to let go of and that you have to move on from. Close that door so that the other one can open up. Because I feel that there's major endings, and you are going to be a very different person going forward, Capricorn. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Hello, guys. You are my die-hard fans. I really appreciate you. Thank you for staying all the way through to the end. I just wanted to tell you I have a Facebook group, and in that Facebook group I do a live feed every 2 weeks, and it corresponds with either the new moon or the full moon. And whoever attends, I look at their horoscope and see how they are receiving it. And I also have my tarot cards on hand to answer any questions. So it's a lovely group, like-minded people. We're all very positive and it's really uplifting. Such a lovely environment. So I hope that you will join my Facebook group. It is a private group, so you just need to ask permission to join and just answer a couple of questions. That's all. And you'll get in. Listen, guys, the 12-month readings are, a lot of people are getting them and they're really helpful. So take a look at my website. The link to that is below, and get a 12-month reading. And I throw in a little chart interpretation in there too, just some, things about your personality and good things to know, strengths and weaknesses. I throw that in. Just as a little special, a little special extra. It must be Jupiter expanding. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you next week. Mwah! I love you all.